I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight and ask that if you hold your yellow card up in the air so that the tellers could take a quorum count. The teller on my right is going to count the stage. Teller on my left, the left side of this, and then someone for the center. We have one registered voter that's in the center here, so Tim, if you'll make sure you catch. My left. Your left, yes.
Is that working? 58.
Yeah, I had my card up.
I don't know where you belong, that's what I'm asking. He's part of the state.
Yes, count them.
I roam.
I didn't see him because the back was turned.
I don't belong anywhere.
So the total number of voters in the hall is 68. I declare we have a quorum present and will now proceed with the business of the meeting. I hereby call the Wareham Fire District Annual District Meeting open. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you could just please remain standing for a moment of silence in recognition of the recent loss of Dorothy Dixon, wife of Thomas Dixon, who was a longtime assistant to the Board of Water Commissioners, and the grandmother of our Water Commissioner, John English, who isn't present tonight because he's at her calling hours. Thank you. Please be seated. Prior to the reading of the warrant, I just want to make note that the warrant has been duly posted in 7 areas of the town by the constable. The warrant was also printed in Wareham Week's March 21st edition. Page 23 of Wareham Week has a Scribner's error. So the final page of the Water Department's budget states proposed FY19. That's a Scribner's error. It should say proposed FY20 and voted FY19 in the second column. So I just wanted to make note of that. The numbers are all correct. It's just a Scribner's error for the headings at the top of that warrant in print. So with that duly noted, the first order of business is for the clerk to read the posting of the warrant. Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Plymouth County, Wareham, Massachusetts, warrant of the Wareham Fire District to the Constable of the Town of Wareham. Greetings. In the name of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, you are hereby directed to notify and warn the legal voters of the Wareham Fire District, Wareham, Massachusetts, qualified to vote in the Fire District affairs, to meet in the Wareham High School Auditorium, Viking Drive, Wareham, Massachusetts, on Monday evening, April 8th, 2019, at 7:00 p.m., and to continue said meeting by adjourning until 10 a.m. Saturday, April 13th, for the election of officers only to the Wareham Fire District, 2550 Cranberry Highway, Wareham, Massachusetts, to act on the following articles. Article 1.
I move the clerk cast 1 vote for Peter Balzerini for moderator.
Second.
There's a motion before the body and a second to elect Peter Balzerini as moderator for the Wareham Fire District 2019 district meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Article 1 passes by a unanimous vote. Mr. Balzerini, would you please come forward? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially perform the duties to which you have been elected in accordance with the bylaws of the Wareham Fire District and the general laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, so help you God?
I do. My notes here. I'm going to take yours. Well, that's my card.
Is that yours? No, it's mine. Oh, no.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the meeting tonight. I'm glad you all came out. A few things we have to take care of before we begin the actual business. We've had the quorum count. Anyone who is a non-voter must be seated in this section to my left, right here. If anyone in the hall does not have a card as a non-voter, I'd ask that you'd move up to the front right now, if you would. Just to review the teller's responsibility to make sure everyone is counted. The teller on my right will be responsible for the right-hand section of the auditorium plus the stage. The teller in the center will be responsible for the center area, plus there's one gentleman, a voter, sitting in this lower section. He'd be counted by the center teller. Teller on the left, you have the section over here, just the upper section, since this is a non-voting section here in the front. A couple of other housekeeping items. If for any reason an article on the warrant comes up this evening that is voted to be voted with a secret ballot, Australian ballot as it's often called, the procedure will be as such. After it's voted that by the body that a secret ballot should occur, you will be called to the front of the auditorium by section. When you come up to the front, you'll have to bring your voting card with you. You'll turn your voting card in and you'll be given a paper ballot that says yes or no. There'll be a voting booth set up in the front as well. You'll go in one at a time, make your vote by casting the yes or no vote into the ballot box, which will be overseen by the officer in duty here, and you will then receive a different colored voting card. You'll have to return back to your seat, and we'll do this for each section. Anyone who chooses not to vote in a secret ballot vote will then have to come up and change colors of the card. They'll have to turn their yellow card in to get a new voting card, because the yellow card will no longer be valid for subsequent votes. Okay? Now, the meeting is governed by the laws of the Commonwealth, bylaws of the district, Robert's Rules of Order, traditions of the meeting, and most importantly, by rulings from the moderator. So we will do this to facilitate this operation. In order to be counted, you have to be seated. All hand counts will be made with the voting card. Like we said, the non-voters must sit over here. Anyone wishing to speak to an article must come to the microphone. I see we only have one microphone for the discussion this evening, so I expect you to line up over here at the microphone, and I will do the best I can to recognize everyone in the order that they come to the podium to speak. I would ask that anyone who wishes to speak more than once on an article must wait until all those who've come to the front to speak have a chance to speak before you get a chance to speak twice. Keep all comments, if you would, directly related to the articles at hand, and that will facilitate moving things along. I will ask for a voice vote on all motions. I will call for a hand count if the voting appears to be close. Any article requiring a two-thirds majority, I believe there's one that we'll have to vote that way during the agenda tonight. If it's not unanimous, or if it's not overwhelming, if one or two people say one way or the other, otherwise I will call for a hand count on two-thirds votes to make sure that we have the proper outcome. Any article that might be considered for reconsideration will only be allowed if new information can be presented and it's brought forth by someone in the prevailing side of the vote. Please silence all cell phones at this time, if you would. I will, during the course of the meeting, if there are any amendments to any of the articles, only one amendment at a time will be allowed. You can't piggyback amendments, one on top of the other. And I would expect everyone to keep the comments on topic relative to the article, and ask that nobody cheers, one way or the other after any speeches are given. And of course, we don't have, unlike the town meeting, we don't put a specific time limit on when people speak. But it's never really been a problem. People tend to be concise and say what they need to say without rambling on and on. However, even though we don't have a specific time limit, I do reserve the right to ask people to wrap up their discussion if it tends to go long or veers off course. So we don't have a formal time limit, but I will be the referee in case things get to be a little long and drawn out. It doesn't appear that we're going anywhere with the discussion. With that being said, I will entertain a motion to recess the regular district meeting in order to open up the special, one more thing. Yes.
Point of order.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to request the Superintendent, Andrew Reed, to come up and sit up here if there's any questions that are pertinent to the Water Department.
Okay, there's been a motion made to allow Mr. Reed to sit on the podium, on the stage rather, so that it will facilitate his ability to answer questions as a non-voter. We need a vote of the body to allow him to speak up here. Do I have a second on the motion? Second? The motion's been made and second. Any discussion? With that, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Well, Mr. Reed, you're welcome to join the dais, whatever it's called. Now, I will entertain a motion to recess the regular meeting to open the special district meeting, a single article that's on the special warrant prior to the regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Having just taken a quorum count in the past few minutes and seeing that there's still a quorum present, I call the Wareham Fire District Special District Meeting to order. First order of business is to read the posting of the warrant. Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Plymouth County, Wareham, Massachusetts, warrant of the Wareham Fire District Special District Meeting. To the constables of the town of Wareham, greetings. In the name of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, you're hereby directed to notify and warn the legal voters of the Wareham Fire District, Wareham, Massachusetts, qualified to vote in district affairs, to meet at the Wareham High School Auditorium, Viking Drive, Wareham, Massachusetts, on Monday evening, April 8th, at 7:15 p.m. to act on the following articles.
Article 1.
I move that the district vote to transfer the sum of $165,000 from the FY19 Prudential Committee Interest and Maturing Debt budget line item to fund the costs for materials and equipment acquisition, fabrication, costs to transform a military-grade 5-ton truck into a brush breaker, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Here a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Would you like to just explain it, sir?
What we're seeking to do here is, as you gather, the fire department has acquired a 5-ton military chassis, which is an ideal platform for replace our brush breakers. And also, at last year's district meeting, you authorized the first bond payment for the rescue truck that's on its way. Due to delays in some of the other items related to the bonding, there was no principal payment made in FY19. So we're seeking to redirect those funds to turn this into a brush breaker, a fully engineered, certified, street legal brush breaker.
Is there any discussion on the article? Seeing no one, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 1 of the special meeting, as read, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's a unanimous vote. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the special meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? With that being said, we will reconvene now with the annual district meeting. Article 2.
I move that the district vote to accept the reports of the Water Commissioners, Board of Engineers, Prudential Committee, and all other officers and committees, and accept the same as printed in the annual report of the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2018, and that any and all reports be accepted as submitted at this meeting.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 2? Seeing no one rise, I will call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 2 as read, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 3.
I move the district vote to pass over Article 3.
Second.
All right. Any discussion? The motion's been made and seconded to pass over Article 3. Any discussion with that? Seeing no one, I'll ask for a vote. All those in favor of passing over Article 3, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 4.
To see if the district will vote to approve the collective bargaining agreements between the Wareham Fire District and the IAFF Local 2810 for the period of July 2019 through July 30th, 2022, and between the Wareham Fire District and the Massachusetts Laborers Public Employees Union, Local 1249, for the period of July 1, 2019 through June 30th, 2022, or to act any action relative thereto. And I think I might have said July on the first one. It's June 30th, 2022.
Second, as amended.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 4? Seeing no one, I will ask for a vote. All those in favor of Article 4, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 5. Article 5 would require a two-thirds vote, just as I mentioned that ahead of time.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $100,000 for the purpose of funding the district stabilization fund.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on this article? Seeing no one, I'll ask for a vote. All those in favor of Article 5 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 6.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $164,000 for the purchase and installation of diesel exhaust removal system for all fire department stations and the maintenance facility, including all costs incidental and relative thereto.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on this or any explanation?
If you've seen anything on the news, you'll notice that our firefighters are exposed to more things in the workplace, and cancer is becoming a ever-growing problem, and this is just another step in trying to give them a safer work environment.
Is there any further discussion on Article 6? Seeing no one rise, I will ask for a vote. All those in favor of Article 6 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 7.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $14,000 for the purpose of removing all asbestos pipe insulation and replacement of the insulation, including the payment of all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 7? Seeing none, I'll ask for a vote. All those in favor of Article 7 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Move to Article 8.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $18,889.03 and to transfer $66,802.97 from Article 3, the annual district meeting 4/10/17, career firefighters, to fund the salary and associated costs with hiring a fire prevention officer, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
A motion is made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 8? Seeing no one rise, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 8 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 9.
I move the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $50,000 for the purpose of training and retaining call firefighters, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 9? Seeing no one, I will ask for a vote. All those in favor of Article 9 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 10.
Article 10, I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $14,055 for the purpose of fire alarm transfers and/or fire alarm troubles related to the Route 6 and 28 project by Mass DOT, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 10?
Mr. Moderator?
Yes.
Just to be clear, the transfers are the wires to the new poll locations. It's not a financial transfer other than free cash.
Okay. Anyone else? I'll call for a vote then on Article 10 as read and posted. All those in favor of Article 10, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 11.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $51,830.47 to purchase and equip a command vehicle, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 11? Seeing no one rise, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 11 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Passes by unanimous vote. Article 12.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $32,940 for purpose of purchasing, supporting, and related training for technological activities, IMC mobile and website development, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 12? Seeing no one rise, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 12 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say no. It's unanimous. Article 13.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $25,000 to purchase wildland protective clothing and related accessories, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 13? Seeing no one rise, I will call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 13 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 14.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $18,213.37 and to transfer $41,786.63 from the following two accounts. Article 32 of the annual district meeting, 4/11/11, corrosion control, $4,492.11, and Article 6 of the annual district meeting, 4/10/17, corrosion control for lighted one of $37,294.52. The total of the transfer is $41,786.63 for the purpose of corrosion, body, and mechanical repairs to fire department apparatus, including all costs incidental and thereto.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 14?
This is a combination of a couple articles to better use these funds. The one particular article was limited to the ladder only, and other articles did not include mechanical repairs. and we're finding it necessary to do a little more extensive repairs to our aging fleet. So that's the reason for this.
Any other discussion? With that, we shall take a vote then. All those in favor of Article 14 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 15.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash the sum of $50,000 to fund a contractual liabilities account.
Second.
The motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 15? Yes, please state your name.
Sandy Slavin. The question I have is, we're taking a lot of money out of free cash. How much was available before this meeting, and how much will be taken from free cash to fund every one of these motions we're seeing?
I will
So
ask
free-
someone to answer the,
Free cash on July 1st was $677,294, and if all the articles are voted in the affirmative, we would have a remaining balance in free cash of $63,366.13.
And the free cash comes from what source?
It's multiple sources. It's appropriations from the prior year budget that were not expended. It's revenues that we received that we didn't expect. We had a large boost in free cash because of overlay. There was the Modernization Act allowed us to utilize funds that had been held up in overlay for quite some time. So there's a number of items that make up the free cash.
And this 600,000 has been verified by accounting?
By the DOR.
I thank you. Thank you.
any other discussion? With that, we shall take a vote. All those in favor of Article 15 as read as posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 16.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as free cash a sum of $75,000 and a sum of $35,000 from available funds known as water surplus to fund the district's other post-employment benefits or OPEB liability.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 16? Seeing no one rise, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 16 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 17.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as water surplus a sum of $115,000 for the purpose of updating the district-owned power distribution grid in the well field at Maple Springs and/or Seawood Springs and converting the private lines at Maple Springs to Eversource, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
The motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 17? Seeing no one rise, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 17 as read and posted on the board, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 18.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as water surplus the sum of $15,000 for the purposes of providing a redundant communication source server located at the well field, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 18? Seeing no one rise, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 18 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 19.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as water surplus the sum of $40,000 for the purpose of purchasing a new vehicle, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 19? Seeing no one rise, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 19 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 20.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as water surplus a sum of $45,000 for the purpose of adding a word order module to the billing software, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Is there any discussion on Article 20?
Point of
Or
order.
any discussion? Yes,
Point of
sir.
order.
Yes.
I don't think that's supposed to be word order. I think it's supposed to be work order.
Correct.
Okay. Where is it?
It's right under the 45,000, the third line from the
Okay,
bottom.
okay, all right, we call it, that's a scrivener's error. That should be work order.
Yes.
All right, we'll make that correction.
Second as amended.
All right. Any further discussion? Yes. Please state your name.
Teresa Tello, District 3, or Precinct 3. Is this going to allow them to do our own billing in-house, or are we still going to have to sub that out?
To answer the question, Mr. Reed?
We're still working with Northern Data, so the billing and associated services are part of that. This module is going to allow us to better track the work orders of where the guys are going out to do work, as well as our inventory.
It says billing software, though.
Yes, it's a module in the billing software, that's correct. So what happens is Northern Data is the billing software module we have. This would be an extension of that.
Okay.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing no one else rise, I will call for a vote on Article 20. As read with the correction of word for work. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's a majority vote. Article 21.
I move the district vote to transfer from available funds known as water surplus a sum of $15,000 for the purpose of purchasing an equipment trailer and placing a utility body, toolbox system or similar on the existing crew cab pickup owned by the district, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on Article 21? Seeing no one rise, I will call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 21 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 22.
I move that the district vote to pass over Article 22.
The motion's been made.
Second.
Seconded. Is there any discussion or explanation for this, sir?
The explanation is due to a miscommunication between the DEP and the Clean Water Trust. The district was misinformed regarding the ability to utilize principal forgiveness funds.
Okay. Any other discussion? I will vote to pass over Article 22. All those in favor of passing over Article 22, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 23.
I move that the district vote to transfer from available funds known as water surplus a sum of $21,000 for the purpose of replacing existing air release valves and associated isolation valves, including all costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
The motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on Article 23? Seeing no one rise, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor of Article 23 as read and posted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Article 24.
I move that the district vote to raise and appropriate $6,763,427 from taxation for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2019, for the purpose of the following bottom line operating purposes: Prudential Committee, Mechanic, Fire Department, and Clerk Treasurer.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Now, this is the budget article, the first of the two budget articles. And as we've done in the past, what I will do, I'd like you all, if you have any questions whatsoever on any of the line items in the budget, what I'm going to do is go down through the budget by heading, and if you have a question on anything in the heading, please say hold, and then we'll go through that heading item by item to see which item or items you have a question about. If you don't have any question on any of the article items and any line items in any given section, we'll move on to the next. But I'd like it if you just take a look, if anybody does have a question on anything, to be prepared to call for a hold when we get to that section of the budget. Okay? Give you a second to peruse the budget to make sure that everybody's on the same page, and then we'll proceed to go through the budget. Okay, the first area is Prudential Committee operating expenses. Prudential Committee, Prudential Committee Clerk Treasurer salaries and wages. Turn the page here. Clerk Treasurer operating expenses. Mechanics Division, salaries and wages. Mechanics Division, operating expenses. Consumables. Fire Department, wages and salaries, or salaries and wages. Hold, okay? We'll go down through the items. Tell me which items, which lines you'd like to discuss. Chief salary? Pardon? The first three? All right, chief salary hold, first assistant chief salary hold, second assistant chief salary hold. Any others below that? Okay, operating expenses. And consumables. All right, we have three holds on the budget. Under Fire Department salaries and wages, chief salary. Someone like to speak to that issue?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Bill Heaney, Precinct 1. I don't have a problem with the numbers and so forth that's there, but it's the only place that I thought that I could raise my question. And that is, in a review of the bylaws of the fire district going back to 1907, it seems that the institution of the Board of Engineers was in the 1907 era. And that board was to control everything in the fire department. Since that time, there's been changes, a series of changes to the bylaws, which essentially give the chief the sole control of essentially all that goes on in the fire department. From purchasing to staffing to and everything else. So my question is, over the years, over the 112 or so years that the district's been in place, there's been a lot of review of positions, and we just hired a few or authorized a few positions today for different things. At what point do we review and determine that a Board of Engineers is of value to the district? Where does that conversation take place?
To answer the question, I'll let it go a little here, but
We have had some informal discussions on how we might better reorganize that situation. There are some things that statutorily are given to districts, like the Board of Engineers, and I don't quite know what other options are available to us without comparing, but we have had those discussions, And now that we have a stable environment with a new chief, and I think we can work toward that end, looking at that situation, see if we can make it better.
Okay, so is it fair to say that that conversation will take place at the Prudential Committee level?
Yes, it'd start there, definitely.
Start there? Is it, starting there in the near future, or starting there?
Yeah, I think.
Is it something that's on the plate, I guess, of the Prudential Committee?
Yeah, you're going to see that discussion in the next year, between now and next meeting. There should be some sort of a better understanding of how they interact.
Okay. All right, great. And I think the new chief is doing a great job, by the way. Thank you.
Any other discussion relative to the holes? Okay, seeing that, I believe we can vote on Article 24. Motion is made to fund the budget for the next fiscal year in the total amount of $6,763,427. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It's unanimous. Moving on to the Water Department. It's a different article, right? Yeah. Article 25.
Guess that's me. I move the district vote to raise and appropriate for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2019, for the bottom line operating purposes, the Water Department, a total amount of $5,950,697, to appropriate $4,763,844 from water revenue, transfer of $463,700 from betterment receipts received by April 8th, 2019, and to transfer $242,425 from water revenue surplus, and to transfer from the Prudential Committee budget an amount of $480,728, representing the 11% fire capabilities charge.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. As with the Prudential Committee budget, I would like to do the same procedure with the Water Department budget, and that is go through headings and then see if anyone has any items they'd like to have held within those headings. Water Department, salaries and wages.
I gotta do it.
Consumables. Purchases of services. Other charges and expenses. That one is done. Oh. Insurance and benefits. Hold. Okay. Would that be on liability? I'll do the lines. Liability insurance. Well, it should be related to the line items. That's what, we're doing the budget now, so if it's not related to the line item, it really isn't appropriate at the particular time. But I'll give you a second to ask you a question, just not right at the moment, but when we get to the bottom here. Bond issue expense, interest in maturing debt, there's a hold here. Any other holds down below on this, in this category? Okay. Total insurance and benefits.
Hold.
Hold. Is that salaries and wages?
No, the hold was up above.
Oh, that was the one up above. We already got the hold for the.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We already have your hold there. Okay. I'll allow the speaker to come down and ask a quick question, but it's got to be relative to the budget.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Bill Heaney, Precinct 1. My question is, how much is left in the water surplus budget after spending water surplus money on a lot of these articles that we've done so far? How much is left in water surplus?
So the remaining balance after the articles that were voted today, to include the budget transfer for the shortfall on the betterment debt, the remaining surplus would be $1,179,124.
And that's in effect money in the bank?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Okay, the second hold has to do with interest in maturing debt for water, and we have a hold on that because we have an amendment to be made on that.
Yes, sir. Ready for that?
I am.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the Water Department interest and maturing debt budget line item from $1,740,672 to $1,070,525. $1,070,525, excuse me. Change the total Water Department budget from $5,950,697 to $5,280,550, and to amend the appropriation from water revenue to $4,093,697. I'm sorry.
Okay. The amendment's been made to lower the amount on the line item from $1,740,672 to $1,070,525. Any discussion or explanation on this, please? Yeah, go ahead.
I can read an explanation. Okay? Clean Water Trust notified the district on March 12, 2019, that the water purification plant interim loan would be permanently financed in August of 2019. At the time the warrant closed, it was anticipated that the permanent financing would take place in June of 2019. This change means that the district will only be responsible for an interest payment on the loan in FY20 rather than principal and interest, reducing the interest and maturing debt line item by $670,147.
Is that the conclusion? That was a pretty loud explanation there. Okay, is there any other comment or explanation for this amendment that's on the floor right now to change the line item? With that being said, I will call for a vote. Now, we're voting on the amendment to the line item, not the entire budget here. This is to lower that amount from 1.7 million down to 1,070,000. Any other discussion on that? Seeing none, I'll ask for a vote on the amendment. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. The amendment carries. Seeing no other holes on the rest of the Water Department budget, then what we are going to vote for now is the new amended final total for the water budget from $5,950,697 to a reduced amount of $5,280,550. Is there any discussion on that? Seeing no one rise to discuss it, we shall take a vote on the Water Department budget as amended and as described. All those in favor of the Water Department budget article, what is this, 25, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. It passes by a majority vote. That brings us to the conclusion of the articles on the warrant. We will adjourn to the voting on Saturday. The polls will be open at the fire station from 10 to 4. I hope to see all of you
Water
there.
Department building.
Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry, at the Water Department offices, not the fire department, at the Water Department offices on Cranberry Highway. I will entertain a motion to adjourn to that next meeting.
So moved.
All those it's been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Thank you very much for coming tonight.